Level 1. The kid nobody picked. You are 10 years old. Small, nervous and built like the wind could tackle you for a loss. At recess the older kids play football every day. You always stand near the fence pretending you do not care that nobody picks you. But you care. You care so much it makes your stomach hurt. One day a kid named Tyler throws the ball at you and says catch. You are not ready. The ball hits your chest. It bounces off your hands. It lands in the dirt. Everyone laughs. Tyler says you have hands like a folding chair. You laugh too. Because sometimes laughing with them feels safer than showing them they got you. That night your dad finds you in the driveway throwing a tennis ball against the garage. Catch. Drop. Catch. Drop. Catch. Drop. He asks what you are doing. You say trying to not be useless. He does not like that answer. But he does not give you a speech. He walks into the garage. He grabs an old football. He says then stop practicing easy. He throws the ball hard. It hits your hands and falls. Again. It hits your shoulder. Again. It smacks your face. You cry. He lowers the ball. You say again. That is the first time he looks at you like maybe there is something in you nobody has seen yet. 2 weeks later he takes you to youth football practice. The field is behind an elementary school. Half grass. Half dirt. The scoreboard is broken. The helmets smell like old sweat and bad decisions. Your coach is named Coach Miller. Big stomach. Gray beard. Sunburned neck. Whistle around his neck like it is part of his body. He asks what position you play. You say receiver. He looks at your arms. Then he says today you block. That is your first lesson. Football does not care what you want to be. It shows you what you are first. For the first month you are terrible. You drop passes. You forget plays. You line up on the wrong side. You celebrate one catch that was 5 yards out of bounds because nobody told you the white line was important. Tyler is on the team too. Of course he is. He keeps calling you folding chair. You pretend it does not bother you. It bothers you. One rainy practice Coach Miller puts you against Tyler in a blocking drill. Tyler smiles. You do not. The whistle blows. He runs at you. Your first instinct is to close your eyes. But you hear your dad's voice in your head. Again. So you step forward. Your hands hit his chest. Your feet keep driving. For 2 seconds Tyler goes backward. Only 2 steps. Not enough for a movie. Enough for the team to notice. Coach Miller blows the whistle. He does not smile. He just says again. That becomes your life. Again. 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 You learn football is not really about being fearless. It is about being scared and still stepping forward. Level 2. The freshman who almost quit. You are 14. High school football is not youth football. Youth football had snacks and confused parents. High school football has weight rooms, film sessions, depth charts and seniors with mustaches they did not earn. You think you are a receiver. The varsity coach looks at your size and says slot. You ask what that means. He says it means you are too small to complain. Your new coach is Coach Harris. Former college safety. Bad knees. Voice like gravel in a blender. First meeting he says football is simple. Do your job when your body starts begging. You write that down. Not because you understand it. Because it sounds like something that might matter later. You are not a starter. You are not even close. You are scout team. That means your job is to pretend to be better players so the real players can practice beating you. Every week you wear a different number. Every week starters hit you like your dreams personally offended them. Every Friday night you stand on the sideline in clean pads while the stadium lights make everyone else look important. Tyler starts on junior varsity. You carry water. He says still folding chairs. You smile like it does not bother you. It bothers you. So you stay after practice. Every day. Ball machine. Footwork ladder. Blocking sled. Routes against air. Sprint. Catch. Sprint. Catch. Sprint. Catch. Your dad waits in the parking lot with the headlights on. One night he asks, are you even having fun? You think about it. Your hands hurt. Your knees are scraped. Your shoulder feels loose. You say not really. He says then why are you doing it? You say because I want to know if I can. He does not answer. He just buys you food on the way home. That is who he is. He does not always understand the dream. But he knows when not to step on it. Mid-season the starting slot receiver gets hurt. The backup gets sick. Coach Harris looks down the sideline and says your last name like he is checking if it belongs to anybody. You run onto the field. First play you line up wrong. Second play you run the wrong route. Third play the quarterback looks at you like someone handed him a broken tool. Fourth play. 3rd and 7. The linebacker across from you is Tyler. Of course he is. He smirks. The ball snaps. Tyler jams you at the line. Hard. But your feet keep moving. You cross his face. The quarterback throws before you are open. The ball is too high. Too fast. Too real. You jump. Both hands. This time it sticks. Tyler hits you immediately. Your ribs fold around the helmet. Air leaves your body like it found somewhere better to live. But when you open your eyes, the chain crew is moving. First down. The crowd claps. Not like a touchdown. More like they just noticed you exist. That is enough. After the game, your dad hands you a small white wristband from the sideline. He says you dropped this. You put it in your drawer when you get home. Not because it is important yet. Because for the first time you have proof. Proof that you did not quit when the moment got too big. That night your dad tells you something strange. If I ever miss a big game, do not believe the first reason people give you. You laugh because you think he is joking. He is not. Level 3. The varsity starter with a secret. You are 16. You are 5'10". You are 165 pounds. Every coach calls you Scrappy. Scrappy is what coaches say when they wish you were taller. You are finally a varsity starter. Slot receiver. Punt returner. Emergency cornerback. Anything that gets you on the field. Your team starts badly. 2 wins. 3 losses. The offensive line is hurt. The quarterback is talented but reckless. Every Monday Coach Harris turns on film like a man about to solve a murder. Film is where lies die. On Friday night you can tell yourself you almost made the block. On Monday morning the screen says no, you did not. At first it feels like humiliation. Then it becomes useful. That is football growing up. Turning embarrassment into information. Week 7 you play your rival school. Tyler transferred there over the summer. Now he is a starting linebacker. Bigger than ever. With a scholarship offer and a mouth that has not matured. Before the game he walks past you and says still too small. You look at his hands. Not his face. His hands. Football taught you bodies tell the truth before mouths do. The game is brutal. Rain all night. Mud everywhere. Every tackle sounds wet. Fourth quarter. Down by 4. 2 minutes left. Ball on your own 38. Coach Harris calls slot option. Read the linebacker. If he sits, break out. If he widens, break in. If he blitzes, replace him. Simple on paper. War in real life. You line up across from Tyler. The ball snaps. Tyler steps inside. You break out. The quarterback throws late. Too late. Tyler recovers. Both of you jump. For a second it is not football. It is every driveway catch. Every dropped pass. Every time you were picked last. Every time you pretended a joke did not hurt. Your hands meet the ball first. Tyler hits you in the air. You land on your back. No air. No sound. Just rain and lights. Then you hear the referee. Catch. 3 plays later you score with 21 seconds left. Your team wins. The student section rushes the field. Tyler walks past you after the handshake line and says nothing. That is better than an apology. Monday morning Coach Harris pauses the film on your catch. He says that is not talent. That is trust. After practice your dad gives you an envelope. It is from a small college. Your first recruiting letter. Your mom cries. Your dad says make sure they have a real degree. Then you notice something in his wallet when he opens it. A photo. Your dad on a football field when he was younger. Same position. Same number. Same look in his eyes. You ask him about it. He closes the wallet too fast. You say you played. He says a little. You ask were you good. He looks at the field. Then he says some stories are better after the final whistle. You hate that answer. But you remember it. Level 4. The college walk-on. You are 18. You do not get the scholarship you wanted. You get preferred walk-on status at a Division I program. That means they want you there. But not enough to pay for it. It is the most football kind of compliment possible. That word follows you everywhere. Walk-on in the locker room. Walk-on at meals. Walk on in the way scholarship players look at you without being cruel. Just honest. Your position coach is Coach Daniels. Young. Sharp. Always holding coffee. Always disappointed in somebody. He tells you your margin for error is smaller because your name is not on anybody's money. You play scout team again. You wear the opponent's number. You run routes designed to make the starting defense look ready. You get hit by future professional players on Tuesdays in front of nobody. Nobody makes edits of scout team pain. Your first year you do not dress for games. On Saturdays while the stadium shakes you sit in the stands wearing team gear. Close enough to feel part of it, far enough to know you are not. You almost quit in November. Not dramatically. No speech. No storming out. Just one night in the dorm staring at your cleats. Wondering if being realistic is the same as giving up. You call your dad. No answer. You call again. No answer. Your mom finally calls back. Her voice sounds wrong. She says your dad is in the hospital. Nothing fatal, she says. But parents only say nothing fatal when something is still bad enough to scare them. You ask if you should come home. She says he told me to tell you no. That makes you angry. The next morning Coach Daniels finds you in the weight room before sunrise. You are not lifting well. You are just angry near weights. He says football will take everything if you let it. So decide what you are giving it and what you are keeping. Spring ball changes everything. The starting slot pulls a hamstring. The backup breaks his hand. Coach Daniels looks at you like a man checking the bottom drawer for a tool he forgot he owned. You get reps. Second team. Then first team. First practice you drop 2 passes. Second practice you catch everything. Third practice you crack block a safety so clean the whole sideline makes that sound football players make when violence becomes art. 2 weeks later you earn a spot on special teams. Your first college game you dress. Not start. Not star. Dress. Late third quarter. Kickoff. You sprint downfield. The returner cuts left. You shed a blocker. For 1 second the returner is there. You tackle him at the 18. The stadium does not explode. The announcer does not tell your story. But your teammates slap your helmet. Coach Daniels points at you once. That is enough. After the game your phone has one message from your dad. Saw the tackle. Almost overran it. Proud of you. You smile. Then another message comes in. Unknown number. Ask him why he really stopped playing. You stare at it. Then delete it. But you do not forget it. By the end of sophomore year you earn a scholarship. Coach announces it in front of the team. Everyone screams. You try to smile. But your face breaks. You cry in front of 100 football players. Nobody laughs. Because every man in that room knows what it costs to be told you finally belong. That night you call your dad. He says I knew you would earn it. You ask how. He says because you keep showing up after the part where most people decide the story is over. Then he coughs. Hard. Too hard. You ask if he is okay. He says yes too fast. That is how you know he is lying. Level 5. The college star who loses everything. You are 21. You are no longer a walk-on story. You are a problem. Starting slot receiver. Team captain. Best route runner on the roster. Not the fastest. Not the biggest. But defensive coordinators now say your name in meetings. That is a strange kind of fame. You cannot walk across campus without someone yelling your number. Your highlights start circulating online. Former walk-on Cook's defender. Underrated receiver is nasty. Somebody draft this kid. You read the comments. Of course you do. Every athlete says they do not read comments. Every athlete is either lying or losing. The season starts perfectly. 5 games. 5 wins. 6 touchdowns. Then comes the night game. Ranked opponent. National television. Scouts in the press box. Your biggest chance. First quarter you catch a slant and get hit low. Your knee bends in a way knees should not negotiate. You hear the crowd before you feel the pain. That is how you know it is bad. Training staff runs out. Your mom covers her mouth. Your dad is not there. That is when it hits you. Your first huge game. And he missed it. Again. Season over. Maybe draft stock over. Maybe dream delayed long enough to become dream denied. Rehab is the loneliest level of football. Nobody cheers for leg raises. Nobody makes edits of swelling going down. Nobody sees you at 6 in the morning learning how to bend your knee again while your teammates practice outside. You hate watching games. You hate missing games more. The team keeps winning. That hurts in a way you are ashamed to admit. Because part of you wanted them to need you more. That is ugly. That is human. Coach Daniels visits the rehab room one morning. He says you think football was taken from you. You say nothing. He says good. Now find out who you are without applause. That sentence ruins your week. Then it saves your career. You start studying film like a coach. You sit with younger receivers. You teach releases. You explain coverages. You notice things you used to miss because talent was loud. One night your dad finally visits. He looks smaller than you remember. You ask why he missed the game. He says I was sick. You say Mom said that. He nods. You ask why he stopped playing football. The room goes quiet. Too quiet. He says because I got hurt. You ask that is it. He looks away. Then he says there is more to it. You say then tell me. He shakes his head. Not yet. You almost yell. You almost tell him you are tired of half stories and locked doors and sentences that end before the truth begins. But then he looks at your knee brace. And for the first time you realize his silence is not cold. It is scared. You return the next season. You are slower for a month. But smarter forever. Your first game back. 3rd and 8. You run an option route. The linebacker widens. The safety rotates late. You settle in the soft spot. Catch. First down. Nothing viral. Nothing explosive. But when you stand up you know. You are back. At the end of the season you declare for the professional draft. A reporter asks what your journey means. You say I was never supposed to be here. That sounds humble. It is not. It is a warning. Level 6. The professional rookie with one secret envelope. You are 22. The professional combine feels less like football and more like being measured by machines pretending to be people. Height. Weight. Hand size. Arm length. 40-yard dash. 3-cone. Medical checks. Teams ask about your knee like it personally offended them. One coach asks if you can separate from professional corners. You say yes. He asks why. You say because they still have hips. He laughs. You do not know if that helped. Draft night comes. You are not in a fancy suit at a big table. You are at home with family. Too much food. And a local camera crew that asked to come just in case. Round 1 passes. You expected that. Round 2 passes. You hoped. But still expected it. Round 3 passes. Now everyone is pretending not to watch your face. Round 4. Round 5. Your phone is quiet in the loudest way possible. Your dad keeps looking at you. Then looking away. Round 6. Pick 187. Your phone rings. Unknown area code. You answer. A general manager says your name. Then he says we are turning in the card. You do not hear the rest. Your mom cries before the television announces it. Your dad stands up. Then sits back down because he does not know what to do with joy. Drafted. 6th round. Slot receiver. Special teams contributor. Possible practice squad candidate. That is what analysts say. You smile anyway. Because possible is more than you had at 10 years old. Before you leave for rookie camp your dad gives you a sealed envelope. He writes on the front. Open only when you reach the final game. You laugh. You say what final game? He says you will know. Rookie minicamp is humbling. The playbook is thicker than some college textbooks. The veterans move differently. Not always faster. Earlier. They know where the ball is going before it leaves the quarterback's hand. The first time you run a route against the starting nickel corner he cuts you off so badly you feel like he read your diary. He taps your helmet and says good route in college. You hate him immediately. Then you study him. Preseason arrives. You are fighting for a roster spot. Not fame. Not legacy. Employment. Every rep matters. Final preseason game. 4th quarter. Your team down by 3. Backup quarterback in. Most starters wearing hats. For fans it is meaningless. For you it is oxygen. 3rd and 9. You line up in the slot. The nickel corner presses. You see his feet. 2 square. The ball snaps. You jab outside. Break inside. The ball comes high. You jump. Hands. Hit. Ground. Silence. Then the official signals catch. First down. 2 plays later you catch the game-winning touchdown. Preseason. Meaningless to everyone else. Everything to you. Cut day comes. You sit by your phone. Every unknown number feels like judgment. Hours pass. No call. Then your position coach texts. Meeting tomorrow. Bring your playbook. You made the 53-man roster. Barely. But barely counts. Your first regular season stat line. 1 catch. 7 yards. Your dad frames the screenshot. That is your first professional win. Nobody gives you a trophy for surviving cut day. They should. Level 7. The star nobody expected. You are 25. 3 seasons in. You were supposed to be a depth piece. Special teams guy. Smart slot. Good locker room presence. Football has 100 nice ways to say replaceable. But you kept staying. Veterans got hurt. Coaches changed. Quarterbacks trusted you. Third downs became your address. Now you are not just on the roster. You are part of the plan. 86 catches last season. 9 touchdowns. First Pro Bowl alternate. Fantasy managers either love you or blame you for ruining their week. You are famous. But not superstar famous. Famous enough for airport photos. Not famous enough to be left alone at breakfast. Your rival is Jalen Knox. First-round cornerback. Fast. Loud. Handsome. Followed by millions. He dresses like every hallway is a runway. He talks like every sentence is already a caption. Before your primetime game he says he is a system receiver. Put him anywhere else and he is a substitute teacher. The clip goes viral. Reporters ask for your response. You say he is a great player. Everyone hates that answer. But you learned a long time ago that anger is loud for one play. Football asks who you are on play 47. Game night. National television. Cold weather. Playoff implications. Jalen lines up across from you most of the night. First quarter he wins. He jams you. He talks. Second quarter he wins again. You slip on a route. He waves his arms to the crowd. At halftime your team is down 10. In the locker room your quarterback sits beside you. He says you good. You say he is sitting on the inside break. Quarterback nods. Nothing else. That is trust. Third quarter you start setting Jalen up. Inside release. Inside release. Inside release. Make him believe the story. Fourth quarter. Down by 4. 1 minute left. Ball on their 32. 3rd and 6. Jalen presses. He thinks he knows. He has seen the same release all half. You step inside. He bites. You spin back out. For one beautiful second he is wrong. The ball is already coming. Back shoulder. Sideline. Hands. 2 feet. Catch. The stadium cracks open. Next play. Red zone. Same matchup. This time he plays off. Scared of getting beat outside. You run the option. Sit in the middle. Touchdown. Your team wins. After the game reporters want revenge. They want a quote. They want you to become mean because mean clips better. You look across the field. Jalen is walking into the tunnel alone. You say he made me better tonight. That quote does not go as viral. But your mom texts proud of how you won. You screenshot it. Then another message comes in. Unknown number. The envelope is not about football. It is about your father. This time you do not delete it. You call the number. No answer. Just one voicemail. A woman's voice says ask him about the championship he lost on purpose. Level 8. The championship and the envelope. You are 28. 10 years ago you were a walk-on. 18 years ago you were a kid dropping footballs in a driveway. Now you are standing in the tunnel before the championship. The noise is not noise anymore. It is weather. Cameras everywhere. Celebrities on the sideline. Confetti packed somewhere above you waiting to learn which team deserves gravity. Your stats are on every broadcast. Regular season. 103 catches. 1,214 yards. 11 touchdowns. Playoffs. 2 game-winning drives. 1 broken rib nobody is supposed to mention. And a catch in the conference championship that already has a nickname. They call you Clutch. You know better. Clutch is just fear with a job to do. Your opponent is the league's best defense. Their star corner is Jalen Knox. Of course it is. The media loves the story. The former 6th-round slot receiver against the 1st-round superstar corner. The system receiver against the shutdown artist. The quiet worker against the human headline. But you are not thinking about him. You are thinking about the envelope. The one your father gave you before rookie camp. The one that says open only when you reach the final game. 12 minutes before kickoff you finally open it. Your hands shake. Inside is a newspaper clipping. Your father age 19. College championship game. Final drive. Dropped pass. Lost by 3. But there is also a letter. From him. Son. If you are reading this, it means you reached the game. I never could forgive myself for losing. Everyone told you I stopped playing because I got hurt. That is almost true. I did get hurt. But not in my knee. Not in my shoulder. I got hurt in the place where a man decides what he deserves. In my championship game I dropped the pass. Wide open. End zone. Last play. I spent the next 10 years telling myself that one mistake meant I was not built for big moments. Then you were born. And I promised myself I would never let you inherit my fear. But I did anyway. Every time I pushed you too hard. Every time I said again when I should have said I am proud. Every time I missed a game because I could not stand watching you chase the same thing that broke me. I was not absent because I did not care. I was absent because I cared so much I was terrified. If you are in the final game, listen to me carefully. You do not have to fix my story. You do not have to catch the ball I drop. You do not have to become the man I failed to become. Play your game. Win or lose, come home as yourself. And if the final pass comes to you, do not catch it for me. Catch it because you are open. You fold the letter. For the first time all season you are not thinking about proving anyone wrong. You are thinking about going home whole. The game starts badly. First quarter you drop a pass. Clean. Both hands. Gone. Second quarter Jalen undercuts your route and intercepts the ball. He runs it back 27 yards. Your quarterback tackles him because football makes everyone do jobs they did not apply for. You jog to the sideline. The cameras find your face. They always find your face when failure becomes content. Halftime. Down 17-6. The locker room is funeral quiet. Your quarterback sits beside you. He says, I am coming back to you. You say you probably should not. He says, I did not ask. That is leadership. Not speeches. Trust when evidence is inconvenient. Third quarter you catch a 5-yard out. Then a 9-yard option. Then a third down slant where a linebacker hits your ribs and your vision flashes white. Pain says stop. The scoreboard says later. Fourth quarter. Down by 5. 2 minutes left. No timeouts. Ball on your own 25. The whole season is now a math problem with violence. First play incomplete. Second play sack. Third and 16. The stadium is so loud it feels physical. You line up in the slot. Jalen across from you. No trash talk now. No smile. Just two exhausted men who have studied each other so much it almost became respect. The ball snaps. You release outside. He stays patient. You break inside. He is there. The quarterback scrambles. The play is dead on paper. But football is not played on paper. You turn upfield. The ball comes late. High. Dangerous. Everything in your body says protect yourself. But somewhere inside you there is still a 10-year-old boy being picked last. Still a freshman fighting for one first down. Still a walk-on tackling a returner at the 18. Still a rookie waiting for a phone call that never came. You jump. Jalen jumps too. For a second the ball belongs to nobody. Then it belongs to you. You land hard. First down. The drive lives. The next plays blur. Sideline catch. Spike. Short throw. Out of bounds. Penalty on the defense. 30 seconds. Ball on the 12. Down 5. Last real chance. The play call comes in. Slot option. The same route from high school. Read the defender. If he sits, break out. If he widens, break in. If he blitzes, replace him. Simple on paper. War in real life. You line up. Jalen follows. The stadium holds its breath. You look at his hands. Not his face. His hands. His right hand is low. He is protecting inside. He thinks you will run the slant. Everyone thinks you will run the slant. The ball snaps. You step inside. Jalen jumps it. You plant. Break out. For 1 second you are alone in the corner of the end zone. The ball is already there. And this is the moment. Your father's dropped pass. Your whole childhood. Every again. Every injury. Every doubt. Every person who ever called you too small. The ball hits your hands. You catch it. 2 feet. Touchdown. The referee raises both arms. The stadium explodes. But then the flag comes out. Holding. Offense. No touchdown. The play is dead. The camera finds your face. The world thinks this is tragedy. Your father's story all over again. 10 seconds left. Ball on the 22. One play. Your quarterback looks at you in the huddle. Everyone expects him to come back to you. Jalen expects it. The defense expects it. The whole world expects the movie ending. But you remember the letter. Do not catch it for me. Catch it because you are open. You look across the formation. The rookie tight end is shaking. He has not caught a pass all game. His defender is cheating inside. Nobody sees it. Except you. You tell the quarterback he is open on the seam. The quarterback says this was for you. You say that is why it will not work. The huddle breaks. You line up left. Jalen follows you. The safety leans your way. The whole defense leans your way. You run the route of your life. Not to catch the ball. To take everyone with you. Jalen bites. The safety bites. The middle opens. The rookie tight end runs free. The quarterback throws. Catch. Touchdown. Clock hits 0. Your team wins the championship. But you did not catch the winning pass. You gave it away. That is the ending nobody saw coming. Not because you failed. Because you finally understood the game. For your whole life you thought being great meant becoming the hero of the final play. But real greatness is knowing when the story is bigger than you. Confetti falls. Your teammates crush you. The rookie tight end is crying so hard he cannot speak. Your quarterback grabs your helmet and says you saw it. You look into the stands. Your mom is crying. Your dad is there. For the first time he is not hiding from the ending. A reporter shoves a microphone in your face. What does this moment mean? You had a speech. Something clean. Something marketable. Something about believing in yourself. But you look at the camera and say the only true thing. I spent my whole life trying to catch one ball for my father. You pause. The stadium is still roaring but your voice feels quiet. Tonight I learned he never needed me to catch it. He needed me to stop carrying it. Later in the locker room you hold the envelope again. The paper is wrinkled now. Sweat on the edges. One corner bent from your hand shaking before kickoff. You fold it carefully and place it in your bag. Not because the story is over. Because for the first time it belongs in the past. Your life as an American football player was never really about the championship. It was the driveway. The scout team reps. The bruises nobody saw. The knee brace. The 6th round phone call. The dropped passes. The quiet rides home. The routes nobody clapped for. You did not become great because fear disappeared. You became great because fear lined up across from you every single day. And you still ran the route. If this story stayed with you, leave a thought below. And subscribe for the next life.